Isibindi is a Zulu word meaning courage. Isibindi, creating circles of care, is the name of a uniquely human response to children affected by the AIDS pandemic, orphans and child-hated households in particular. It is a model designed and stewarded by the National Association of Child Care Workers. Donkerhoek, in Galeshewe, the sprawling township in Kimberley, where visionary author Sol Plaatje once lived. A place of hardship made so much worse for the children by HIV and AIDS. This family home experienced the loss of a grandmother and mother within weeks, rendering 3 orphaned daughters vulnerable and alone.
Good morning. How are you all doing today?
Since the death of the mother, trained community child and youth care worker Patricia Mileng interacts with the children through daily events in their lives, providing structure and easing troubled spirits through chores and play. Although no adults will sleep in their home tonight, the girls know they are not alone in the world.
I was like part of the family. It was easy for me because the mother was very touched to me, close to me.
I
study here to see that they are all ready for school. The head of the household, I'm guiding her. And the younger one is her first year at school. That is the one I put my focus on.
When my mom hasn't died, she would have given love and support to me as Patricia do.
When they go to school, I go to social welfare because it's so difficult to get foster grant for the children who don't have like a relative who's staying with them.
Instead of placing children in institutions, child and youth care workers work in the children's life space, building life skills. The core of the program is providing for their emotional, developmental and therapeutic needs within their family homes. This can extend to caring for parents, applying for grants and arranging food parcels.
They look after us. They come to us to see if we are well and what we've done for the day.
Whenever they are getting out of line, I know when I talk with them, I know they are developing something in their mind. I always emphasize, whatever you are doing, you must know the risks.
Patricia once told me that whenever I have a boyfriend, I should come and introduce him to her so that she could know him and we should talk about life stuff.
I care for them, I help them, but I don't want to cause dependency. And I make sure that when they go to sleep, the uniform is ready for the next day. And their homework comes first, then they can go and play.
What makes me strong is that I've learned a lot about life from my mother and from Patricia. They have taught me about what life is and what life needs if you want to succeed.
AIDS not only affects the sick, but entire families. Children are called upon to nurse sickly parents and raise younger siblings. For child and youth care workers, it is a balancing act between nurturing children as children while simultaneously speeding up their preparation for adulthood. They are supported by a network of supervisors and other professionals.
Die tyd wat ek nou hier kom kuier by my families, dis die tyd wat die man mos nou daar so aangaan met 'n ander vrou. Nou ek het die siekte met die laaste kind kom uitgevind.
Mens mag hier rondslaap, want dan sal jy die siekte optel.
Toe loop ons soek hulle nou so mense wat siek is, families wat siek is, toe ontmoet Virginia met ons.
Toe verduidelik al julle wat is onze job description. Toe kan nie meer nog vertel dat wat se soort siekte die ek toe my geforseer het my sommer self gesê wat my keer sê.
For Virginia Muleza, who came across a gravely ill Lamini family in a shack in Donkerhoek, the key to the development of the children was facilitating access to antiretroviral medicine for parents and baby.
En as dit nou my datum is, dan kom Virginia vroeg in die oggend, dan kom vas Virginia my, trek sy my aan, dan vat sy my treatment to help Virginia die pa ook so Virginia saam met die pa geloop net so te gestaan met ons tot laat ons hier kom begin bly.
Child and youth care workers must be multi-skilled. Virginia even arranged for the Dlaminis to receive a new family home in Seoul City. Her courage provided hope where there was none.
Wat ons hier in die huis intrek, tot ons niks goeders nie. So het ons maar met die geld wat ons hier kry, so vir ons gekoop, bietjie gekoop.
Ek voel net gesond as ek my treatmente gebruik. Ek voel baie gesond.
Altyd as die mense so hier kom en sê, "Hey, kyk, hallo dames, kyk hoe mooi is jy. Hallo Emily, kyk hoe mooi is jy." As ek jy wat so lelik siek gewees het in Donkerhoek, ons het eintlik gedink jy kom gaan dood. Sê ek hulle nee, hier is ek nou gesond. Julle het mos nou gedink ek sal doodgaan.
As the program takes root in Galeshewe, child and youth care workers move on to extend their services to new communities, such as in Platfontein. Here, as elsewhere, meeting the developmental needs of vulnerable children begins with identifying suffering communities and winning the trust of the adults. It's a long-term strategy, gaining community approval, creating jobs and careers through recruiting and training new child and youth care workers from within the community, and then deploying them to soothe troubled young souls.
Platfontein is very unique because of the culture and because of the same people living there. It is in the process, but because of the challenges, because of the different community, because of the uniqueness of the community, make it a bit difficult just to go out and roll out the program, because it's a process to negotiate with the leaders. You have to go through a different channel of communication. They have to be involved with the SUN institution.
We need Isibindi because children are at risk. Families are breaking down because of substance abuse, because of poverty.
All those things comes into play. There is a tavern, a couple of shebeens, some nasty things happen there.
It is disheartening, but you know, you need to say at the end of any dark tunnel, there is light.
Because of the fact that we have the steering committee, we have this partnership, we hope that if there's other problems and we need to take the program into another direction, then it will be dictated by what the needs are within the different sites in the communities.
The steering committee, which will evolve into a child and youth care agency, deals with the day-to-day running of the Isibindi project. Partners include the NACCW, other NGOs, the Department of Social Services and Population Development, and the private sector, led by the De Beers Fund and U.S. charity Jewelers for Children.
De Beers is plowing back into the communities of Kimberley, funding training, building capacity within the community. De Beers is also funding a building.
We recognize that it is perhaps the preeminent organization in training child and youth care workers in South Africa.
HIV is rampant in our city. So Plague Municipality has got a program to look after people who are HIV/AIDS positive, particularly around programs that will sustain them. Once you contribute a piece of land, the Beers will sponsor it in the form of ensuring that indeed a proper structure is put up.
Forging partnerships with all of our stakeholders is critical. And one of the areas we've had the most success is in the partnerships we're forging with provincial departments of government.
I think what is very, very significant about the Isibindi project is the fact that it's moving away from institutional care.
Isibindi project, it's training child and youth care workers. We are developing as a separate profession, separate from social work. They are trained to deal with children in their normal spaces. Government works in partnership with NGOs, community-based organizations, faith-based organizations, the community.
The experience of Donkerhoek teaches us that there are certain things that we're not doing right. But one thing that I noted, which was positive, is that these children are part of a program of government, of Isibindi, who takes care of them.
The MEC of Social Services helped me express my feelings today, and I hope they wouldn't take my expressions and feelings for granted. they should fulfill their promises?
I think every day when I wake up in the morning, seeing a smile, it brings so much joy to me, because those are the things that didn't happen in the past.
For us, Isibindi is a family preservation program, keeping families and communities together.
The only reason I'm doing this happily and proudly is because I know that I'm helping the children so that they can get their childhood back.
This, then, is the essence of the Isibindi strategy: to empower local people in poor communities to assist those most in need, to use daily events in the lives of children, developmentally and therapeutically, to hold families together, to sustain and nurture them, to create circles of care.